I'm gonna hold your hand while I say this. Some people have never seen a healthy relationship. Here's why I think people stay in unhealthy relationships. Some people didn't grow up where both parents were loving, kind, attentive, understanding, communicative. It's hard out here to get that in everyday relationships. And if a person didn't have that growing up, to see that as an example during their development, then a lot of times they're gonna struggle in adulthood unless they learn better relationship skills along the way. I think that people really don't think about how much childhood really plays an impact on how your adulthood is impacted. Your childhood literally molds who you are until 25, where your brain is like, I've got enough information, this is who I am. And that's what you take into your adult life. And so as a kid, if all you see is either distant relationships with your parents, or maybe your mom had a boyfriend, but you guys never really got to see the interactions between your mom and her boyfriend, or maybe your dad got divorced and is now in a new marriage, or maybe he's been single, or whatever the case may be, but you didn't have the visual of a healthy relationship in your household. I think that's one of the reasons why people stay in unhealthy relationships, because they honestly don't know any better. Another reason why I think people stay in unhealthy relationships is because they feel like they can fix people. People are not cars. You can't fix somebody. If you see that someone has bad behaviors or a bad reputation or a bad way of living, it is not your job to find reasons to love this person so that you can hopefully see them on the other side when they turn it around. You can't fix anybody. You can't change anybody. Now, you can encourage change. You can influence change, but ultimately the change has to be the other person. But a lot of people will sit in a relationship because they feel like they can fix the person that they're with. And that just isn't realistic. In order for somebody to be fixed, that person would have to take a step forward and say, hey, I'm looking for support. I'm wanting to be better. I'm wanting to do better things. But unless that person says that, then you're just pouring into a cup with a hole at the bottom of it. It's a waste of your time. It's a waste of your energy. It's a waste of your resources. Another reason why people might stay in unhealthy relationships longer than they should is if they're in a career where they are natural healers. All the careers that really build empathy in a person's heart as they navigate their career, sometimes that spills over into the relationship. And sometimes our healer friends can find themselves in spaces where they kind of want to fix the other person, but it's really not about fixing. It's about being empathetic and overly understanding to what the other person's going through. Sometimes people give people one too many chances because they're a lover and a healer. Or sometimes you might overlook what a person has done because you understand, their background or their upbringing. But that is a reason why people stay in unhealthy relationships, is because they're validating their reasons to almost enable this person's behavior. Okay, you can be a healer and be in a healthy relationship, and we all need healing in some capacity. But if you're in a relationship with someone and you find that your sole mission internally with this person is to, be with them because they're having a hard time, or because you know that they can be a better person, that's not a good reason to stay in a relationship. One of the reasons that people stay in unhealthy relationships is because they see the potential in the person. I see what this person can be. I know that this person can be something, right? Like they have this idea that if they just stick around long enough, that this person is going to transform into this butterfly of a person that they envision. But that's the problem. That is your vision of them. That is not their vision of them. You see this knight in shining armor, potentially, but they're just out here to be Shrek. You see a person and you see what you feel like they're capable of, and you take it upon yourself to be with this person, try to push this person towards their potential because you see that in them. And for some reason, you've been appointed the person to push this other person towards their great potential. And in the meantime, you could potentially be hurting yourself. Another reason why I feel like people stay in unhealthy relationships longer than they should is because they see the potential in the other person. I hate to say this, but another reason that I've seen people stay in unhealthy relationships is because they have low self-esteem. They might not feel like they're worthy of better love, or the person that they're with might have told them that nobody else is going to love you like me. Nobody else is going to see you how I see you. Nobody else is going to treat you how I treat you. And then they take this list of things that nobody else is going to do, and they hold on to that list like, oh my God, this person is the only person that's going to do these things, and so I have to be in the relationship with this person because nobody else is going to fulfill this list. Not true, hun. Not true, sir. You are completely capable of being in a relationship with somebody who loves, values, and respects you. And if you have somebody saying nobody's going to love you like me, nobody's going to understand you like me, those are unhealthy phrases that raise a red flag for me. You need to get out of there, because there are billions of people on this planet, and you're telling me that this one person that isn't even treating you all the way good is the only person that is going to love you. Not true. These are just some of the reasons that I feel like people stay in unhealthy relationships. Some of the reasons that I've heard that people stay in unhealthy relationships. But unhealthy relationships are a choice. They are completely a choice. You can heal your inner child so that you seek out relationships that are better and aligned with who you are and the kind of person that you deserve to be with. And I know the dating pool is toxic, but what I think, my theory is that social media is pushing a propaganda to keep people away from each other. I see a lot more toxicity and distancing of people online than I see people working to build healthy relationships, to heal communication, to heal those inner child issues so that you can work towards a healthier relationship. I see on the internet more people giving unhealthy advice than I do healthy advice. So be mindful of the channels you watch, and also be mindful of the information you're taking in. Make sure the information you're taking in is to better you, is to serve you and your heart, because at the end of the day, this is your journey and you want to feel good, meaning you want to love good and be loved good right back, and not settle for something because you haven't seen it, as an example, or because you see the potential, or because your self-esteem is low, or because you feel like you can fix them. Okay? You are worthy of a healthy relationship. You are capable of a healthy relationship. And I know the world seems chaotic in love right now, but there are many people still finding their person despite the social dating climate. Okay? I'm rooting for you. I support you. And please do not let any of those reasons be a reason that you stay in an unhealthy relationship. If you feel like there are more things that I should add to this list, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to read, because I know that healthy relationships exist and you deserve to be in one. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.